I guess Emma Goldman's life, she had to have believed that things could change. Wouldn't that be the thread that pulled her along? Is that she kept believing that, or did she have? Were there times documented where she wavered from that?
Oh yeah, definitely she
Really?
wavered, and definitely she struggled at, as you would over the course of 50 years in public life. She definitely had many times, many years where she felt utterly hopeless, because there was a point where radicalism in the U.S. was very much in vogue and very much there was an anarchist movement, and then when she saw that fade and disappear and be repressed, and then come back to Canada and discover there was no real movement existing anymore, and that people were inherently conservative. This was deeply wounding and depressing to her, and so it was a real struggle for her to keep her ability to continue to go on. And so, which I think is relevant to all of us who try to do anything in life and try to keep at it and try not to get down by the oppressive nature of changing fashion and style, and not seeing necessarily what you believe in realized or see it defeated. And so she had to contend with that, and so that's why she's also quite an interesting character, because of that stamina that she had.
Was it really within her character, or was it something that she found ways to recover from when she was at these low points? How did she have a typical way or a support system, or how did she rebound from these lows?
Well, she seemed to just go, well, what else am I going to do? And so that seemed to be the ultimate when she was writing to people, and I've been going through her letters, and she'd say, I just feel terrible, the world is hell, and we got Hitler and Stalin, and it's terrible, and I've worked my whole life and it's been hopeless. But she would go, what am I going to do now? Go entertain myself? And that's what I'm going to do with my life? She said no. So she said, this is my job, I just have to continue. And so luckily for her, at a certain point in the 30s, the Spanish Civil War came, and she got really involved in that, and then it revitalized her belief in the possibility of social change and revolution. And but it was mostly just, I've just got to carry on.
So it doesn't sound like you're creating the super glossy version of the life of a political activist.
Mm-hmm.
You're including some of the grittier aspects, and I think it. On one of our long drives on tour, we talked about factors known within various biographies where she had some propensity or a history of how do I say deception, which to me, it's one of my sort of areas of interest as to why people are deceptive. So I'm looking forward to seeing how you deal with that. Within somebody that's you obviously want to put her forward as an activist that you feel people can get something from, yet she had flaws.
Yeah, well, that's what is interesting about her, and why I've grown to, through this research, in fact, like her more, because she's very flawed, and she struggles with the things that we would all struggle with in terms of just life and just getting by. I mean, she had trouble getting by financially, was always worried about that, and like I said before, the changing fashion, where suddenly there's not as many people out to see her speak, and she gets down about that, and she has elements of her own sort of self-deception about her own role within certain movements and such, certain activities, and but I find that deeply compelling, because I think it's very real, and I think, again, her sense of longevity is something that we all kind of face, and particularly as artists as well, and we've talked about it, which is how do you carry on at times when you realize your work isn't getting the same level of attention as it once did. And that's what she faced as well, in terms of her speaking and her writing.